Welcome back for your homework review. This is for Unit 1, Lesson 14. Remember that homework is now located in the McGraw-Hill website, or the McGraw-Hill program. To find McGraw-Hill, we go up to our waffle, scroll all the way to the bottom and look for this icon. That is the cube with the yellow and blue and green, orange. Go ahead and click on that. It should log you straight into your account, but I've seen some where you have to log in with Google if that's necessary. Go ahead and log in with your school Google account. And then what you should hopefully see is a page where you're ready to launch that has a green icon that says I am course 3. If you don't see this right here, go ahead and click up at the top. You probably covered in a different school, so go ahead and make sure you can go to your school. I'm going to work in Endeavor Middle School in this one today since I have students there, and give them a little shout out. I'm going to go ahead and click launch. What you'll see here is you come to your dashboard and you'll see on here that there's already a lesson here that was assigned yesterday. I put this on here as a test yesterday. If you've not completed lesson 12, feel free to go ahead and click on this assignment and go ahead and complete lesson 12 here in McGraw-Hill and see the difference between this and assessments. Otherwise, you can click right over here on assignments, and what you're going to see when it comes to Monday is you'll see that you'll have another lesson, lesson 14. And this will show up on the calendar as soon as it's released. Now mine looks a little bit different than yours. It'll just show my students on there, my roster. But here's what your assignment will look like. When you go ahead and open this up, you'll see the first window that gives you instructions that there's 4 questions with a total value of 14 points. Make sure you have a good internet connection. Don't use your browse forward or back buttons. That means these buttons up here in the upper left. Please don't use those. Use the ones that are inside of the program. We click on Start Assignment, and we are taken directly to our first problem. Notice that you have a lot of little tools over here that you can work with to help us out with this. But we're going to use the diagram to find the measurement of each angle. In our lesson, we talked about what happens when we have 2 lines that intersect. We remember that we have 2 sets of vertical angles that are created. And when we talk about our angle ABC, we talk about how this angle right here, let's go ahead and draw on this, how this angle is 45 degrees to here, and then continuing around to make the straight angle is 180 degrees. And so the question is, how do I find angle ABC? Well, I take 180 degrees and I subtract the 45 degrees to give us 135 degrees. And so in our box, we'll go ahead and just type that in, 135 degrees. We can continue to find our other angle measures since we know this one's 135 degrees using vertical angles, supplementary angles. Either way, continue on with those pieces and go to the next question. Question 2 has 2 parts. We look at lines K and L are parallel, and the measure of angle ABC is 19 degrees. So right here, ABC is 19 degrees. Remember, today's lesson was all about alternate interior angles. In this case, since our lines are parallel, remember alternate interior angles are congruent. So we're going to complete the statement down here. It says complete the statements about why the measure of angle ECF is 19 degrees. Well, if line L down here is translated so that B goes to C, then L goes to K because K is perpendicular or parallel. Well, if you read your directions up here, it'll tell you the answer to that one. And then we continue on and look, angle ABC matches up with the angle. And then we need to choose which of these angles that are listed here is the correct angle where angle ABC, this angle here, matches up to the other angles. Part B, we do the same thing, complete the statement about the measure of angle BCD. Measures out, and they have some angle measures here because angle ECF and BCD are what kind of angles? Are they adjacent or are they vertical? Question 3 talks about lines that are not parallel. we can see clearly that these two lines here would be parallel. Your job, your task is to determine the angle measures of these other 6 angles that are unknown. So we have 53 degrees here, 70 degrees here. What are the measures of these 3 angles and these 3 angles? Finally, question 4 is a challenge problem. This one is extra credit. I'm not going to give you too much information here, but what I will tell you is that we have a couple of transversals here. Use the same concepts that you've talked about with alternate interior angles and with the angles and the understanding that we have. But what I would suggest to you is consider that this angle right here is directly related to this intersection here, and this intersection here will be directly related with this intersection as well. So we have to consider a couple pieces. I don't want to give too much away to this one because it is a challenge problem. We will see more like this later, but I will help you with it if you ask. After you're all done, you have your answer here. Go ahead and submit your answers or submit your assignment, and you are all done. I hope that you enjoy this format more. I know I sure do. Thanks for your hard work. And remember, don't you dare give up. Have yourself a great day.